Musically.
Hello and welcome to Relationship Soup. I'm your host, Lisa Hughes. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. How y'all doing today? How's your week going? How was your weekend? Did y'all have a good weekend? I hope you did. My weekend was really good, y'all. It was so spiritually enlightening. I can't complain, not one bit. My week is off to a good start. I can't really complain. I mean, I could. I kind of could, but I ain't though, right? But anyway, and I see y'all comments already. Y'all know how I do. I'm gonna bring them on. But y'all, thank y'all so much. I hope that all is well with you all. I'm sending you all light and love because I know life be life. You hear me? And so that's what we're gonna get into in this episode today. So first of all, I just want to thank every single person, all of y'all. Y'all know what I'm gonna say, right? If you don't, well, if you do, just act like you don't, right? Just let it be a surprise. Anyway, anyway, I want to thank all of y'all for pulling up today, whether you're watching me live on Facebook, on YouTube, or listening to the replay. You know I love you, and I see you, and I appreciate you. Now, y'all, before we get into the episode on today, right? Y'all know I got to do my spiel, okay? So I'm gonna get my spiel in, and then we can go ahead. We can talk. We just gonna talk. We gonna do some things tonight. All right. So boom. So y'all already know. Y'all already know. Comments. I appreciate y'all so much. Listen, on YouTube, it's Relationship Soup. Period. You got to put the period, or you're gonna be somewhere else, right? On Facebook, if you want to come and join the forum, I just approved some new members. It's RelationshipSoupGroup. Come join the forum. Come and get your conversation on. If you want to follow me, it's RelationshipSoupLLC. And of course, we have the greeting cards. It's RelationshipSoup.com. All right, y'all. So I see y'all comments. Thank you so much for joining me. What's going on, Lee Bennett? What's the science? How you doing today? How's that handsome boy doing? How's that handsome boy doing? All right. Awesome. Now look, I put this link in there, and I do see that it is on Facebook as well. Y'all know we was having a little issue last week. So if you want to come and join me in the studio, here's the link right here. I would love to have you. All right, let's see here. Who else do we have? What's going on, M. Woodson? What's the mathematics? How's it going? Holly. What's going on, Holly? Thank you so much for joining me. You know I really appreciate you. Jane Desiree, what's going on? Thank you so much for joining me, cousin. I really appreciate you. Tonality, yes. Happy Tuesday. And he says, Happy Tuesday to the supers. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, y'all. So this is the 80th episode. And I wanted to do something just not so serious today. I really just want to refocus, recharge, and reset. So this episode, the 80th episode, y'all, is the Tuesday reset, refocus, recharge, and reconnect, right? Now, that's what we're going to get into. But let me do a quick recap of last week, right? Because last week's show I thought was really a good conversation. And, I really hope that last week's conversation allowed you to look at yourself a little bit, and maybe move a little bit differently. I pray our convo helps someone to bridge the gap of divisiveness because the truth of the matter, in our communities, it can be very divided. We see those conversations, maybe some of us every day, right? So I hope that that helps to bridge the gap. There's just so much going on in the world and so much that is at the forefront. And, you know, being able to grow to realize even possibly some of your shortcomings or address things in relationships, whether it be a family ship, a relationship, or even in business, right? I think that that could really help um, to move differently and to grow and to just inspire different outcomes, right? Because only God knows what's to come, right? And so there's nothing wrong with truth because while this world it profits off of counterfeit, it profits off of lying and kicking, right? The truth that may be our only survival. It's one of our only survival skills in the future. So that's just something I really wanted to say. So it's really time to continue to grow, right, and come together because we don't need each other. It's so much going on right now, right? So that's what I hope last week's show did for you all. All right. I see your comments. Thank you so much. What's going on, Derek? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. All right, y'all. So where else do I want to go? All right. So like I said, tonight I just want to let's bring light to another lens. The power of resetting. How many of y'all take time to reset? Right? How many of y'all take time to just breathe, right? And refocus and recharge? Do y'all do that? Because let's just be honest, we know life be life, right? We know life can throw so much at us. But do you give yourself permission to reset? Do you know that you actually have the power to do that? Right? So let's look at that. So right now, what I would like for you to do is just pause, right? Take a deep breath in and just breathe, right? And just remember your power, your energy is very important. All right. Life gets heavy. I mean, how many times do we log in a day and we scroll endlessly? I can say that I'm guilty of it, right? Um, the constant demands can feel so overwhelming, right? And so that's why a reset truly does matter. Give yourself permission to do that, right? And see what a difference it can make in your being altogether, right? So, all right, y'all. I don't know what happened in your morning, right? But let's just start now. Tonight, let's reset, let's refocus, let's reconnect. So the rest of your evening can be different. Your evening can be a start to something better. And then Lord willing, if you make it tomorrow, you can still apply it and maybe your outcomes will be a little bit different, right? All right, y'all. So again, thank y'all so much for joining me. So let's look at this, right? I'm just gonna break it down. Of course, we're gonna have our game. We're gonna have our game. We're gonna do our true false, y'all. Because I know sometimes I be neglecting the true. Well, I don't really be meaning to. It just happens, right? Because the conversation be so good, but we're gonna get it in tonight because this true false, this is gonna keep these R's in front of you. These three R's in front of you. The same, right? I see your comments. Jason Boyd. Yes, resetting is very essential. Listen, Jason, you need to get into this studio. Why don't you be in the studio with me no more? Right? Get back in the studio. I'm just saying. I am just saying get in this studio. All right, I'm gonna bring y'all comments on in a minute. All right, y'all. So let's look at this. Refocus, right? So when we get scattered, how many of y'all have felt scattered? Right? Even right now, because I can be honest with you. I have those times where I'm feeling scattered and honestly I'm feeling uncertain in life about a lot of different things. But usually when we're doing that, when we feel scattered, when we feel uncertain, that could just mean that we chasing a lot of stuff at once. We chasing, right? We're not even in our position of where we're supposed to be. So refocus means bringing your energy back to center. If you're not feeling at a peace, at a center, that's because hey, you are projecting too much out, and you need to go and come in, right? And I'm speaking to myself as well. I ain't gonna act like I'm perfect all the time. Y'all know I ain't. Hey, listen, I ain't gonna do that. So, like I said, refocus basically means bringing your energy back to center. So, I'm just gonna give you some prompts, right? How you can do that. Ask yourself. I don't know how many of y'all keep a journal. Do y'all journal? I know I do. But anyway, even if you want to do it in the chat, I don't care. Because you can always come back to it. Or if you just want to write it down, feel free to do that. I'm turning into a professor for a minute. If you want to take some notes, feel free to take some notes. I'm just saying. But anyway, so ask yourself, what actually matters this week, right? We're still early in the week, right? Where we can make some changes, right? It's only Tuesday. On the Tuesday. Let me get serious. But anyway, so what actually matters this week, y'all? What actually matters to you? Another question I want you to ask yourself, what can wait? Because sometimes, if you don't prioritize, you feel me, stuff that can wait, you be putting it all on one plate and you're supposed to be prioritizing that. Look, the greens ain't supposed to always touch the sweet potatoes. You feel me? You might need to separate that. You feel me? I'm hungry. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know how I'll be on a Tuesday. And lastly, what am I carrying that isn't even mine? Can y'all be honest with that? How many of y'all are carrying stuff that probably ain't even yours? Have you took a minute to even look at that? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, right? I see y'all comments. I promise I'm gonna bring them on. I'm gonna get through a couple of points or whatever. So think about that. So that's that refocus piece. So just take time to refocus. Okay. So this is what I want you to do as well. Let me put this in the chat. Let me put this in the chat because I want this to stay here in case y'all don't want to come back to this point. All right. So this is what I want y'all to also do. Maybe in your little journal entries or whatever tonight. Write down your top 3 priorities for this week. Circle the one that will make you feel most aligned if you focus on it. Okay. That's to address that when you take on too much, right? Because my counsel, my closest circle will tell you about me. Okay. At times, and I ain't gonna act like I'm like that all the time because I'm not. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not asking y'all to do anything that I don't do myself. That's what I tell my students too. I ain't telling y'all to do nothing that I don't know or I ain't gonna do myself, right? All right, so think about that. All right. So that's that refocus piece. All right. So now the recharge. Okay. Your body is your first home. It is your temple. It is your first home, right? And you should be taking care of it. Y'all should be watching what y'all eat and all of that stuff, right? Watch what you're taking in and all that. So many of us are running on fumes. Can we be honest? We pouring from empty cups. We not even pouring from our overflow. You feel me? So many of us are, hey, it is what it is. We are running on fumes. We're scrolling through everyone else's lives. We're taking in everyone else's lives. We're comparing. We're doubting. That doubt piece, overthinking, that overthinking piece, right? It's draining us, y'all. We are getting so drained. So recharging is not selfish, right? And I've had conversations with not only my circle, but just random people, even some people in the soup and stuff like that. And how many times have you felt taking a moment, especially y'all mamas out there, right? Taking a moment to yourself is selfish. How many of y'all have felt like that? Daddies too, because it is some really good daddies out there that's taking it all on, right? So what I'm saying is when you rest, when you breathe, when you feed your soul, you come back stronger. It is okay to pause, right? Even for them people that feel that if they wasn't in the workplace, it'll burn down. Baby, I promise it ain't gonna burn down, right? But you will. You will burn down and burn out if you don't take time to recharge, right? So ask yourself, y'all know, we kind of doing class today and contribute whatever you want to put in the chat as well. And I promise I will bring it on. Oh my gosh, thank y'all so much. I just be loving y'all comments. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna bring them on. And I miss you too. I see y'all. I promise I'm bringing them on. All right, so ask yourself, what is one thing that I need to say no to this week to protect my energy. All right. That's saying no peace. Sometimes that can be a challenge. What you gonna say no to no to this week? What you gonna say? What is that? What is that? Right? And then what's one thing that you're gonna say yes to that's gonna bring you peace? Right? So it's that no and yes. Write it down. Right? Now, let me see here. Let me see. Let me do this. Let me do this because I love when y'all participate. If you ready for peace, right? If you ready for peace this week, and I know there's a little delay, so plus Verizon. How Verizon was doing the food. Is it just my Wi-Fi, or is it just all over? Because even in class early today, it was a whole fool. Everybody Wi-Fi was messing up today. So I want you to drop a heart in the chat if you're ready to protect your peace this week. Are y'all ready to protect your peace? Are you? Or you want to keep on doing the same thing? You want to stay on that whole gerbil wheel? Is that where y'all want to be? Are y'all ready to use your power and protect your peace? Right? You gotta pause. You gotta do all of that. I'm just saying. Yes, yes, you have to pause. You absolutely have to, right? I see you, tonality. Absolutely. Drop a heart in the chat if you are ready to protect your peace. I see you, Nichelle. Thank you for joining me, beautiful. I appreciate you, right? Jason Boyd. Yeah, absolutely. If you're ready to protect your peace, put a heart in the chat, right? Hey, that's affirming that, right? That's getting you look, writing it down, putting it out there. Hey, that's starting that process. That's all I'm saying. It's just starting the process. Start that process. Don't you deserve that? Aren't you worthy of that? Right? Some of y'all running around, y'all don't even know who y'all are. Y'all lighting up whole rooms and atmospheres, but y'all moving like y'all don't. You feel me? You gotta get that together. You deserve that. Definitely need a pause. Yes, you need a pause. Right? Absolutely you need a pause. Turn everything off and just pause for a minute. Pause and breathe, right? All right, so now y'all, it's the disconnection piece, okay? I mean the reconnection. I said disconnect. I'm going somewhere with that, okay? See, I was just testing y'all. I had to test y'all to make sure y'all listen, right? Because not only am I the host, I'm a professor too. But anyway, so reconnect, okay? So a lot of us tend to disconnect. Some of us. I won't say a lot because I ain't really done no study and I'm not lying to kick it. Some of us, we disconnect. And disconnect, don't get it twisted though, because it's a time for it. However, when it's not in balance, disconnection will breed loneliness. Just is what it is. My introverts is like, I hear y'all introverts, tuh. I'm telling you, but just hear me out, right? And reconnection restores belonging. Sometimes reconnecting means reaching out to a friend, okay? Sometimes it means reconnecting with your partner because some of y'all got whole partners out there that y'all are neglect. Y'all not even connecting right. Y'all been blessed with a whole partner that y'all not even connecting with. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Right? And then sometimes it means reconnecting with self. Okay. So this is what I want you to do, right? I want you to ask yourself, or you can journal about it, whatever you want to do. Who is one person I need to check on this week? I'm nosy. I'm gonna put this on here because I want to know. I want to know. Y'all gonna tell me? Y'all gonna tell me if I put it out here? Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Now, listen. Who is one person I need to check on this week? Are y'all gonna put in the chat for me? Right? Who y'all checking on this week? Is it your mama? Is it your boo? Is it your husband? Is it wifey? Who y'all gonna reconnect this week? Is it you? Is it self? I'm nosy. Put it out there. Let me see some receipts. I want to see. All right. So anyway, another thing I want you to look at: what part of self have you been neglecting? Are y'all ready to have that conversation? Because when y'all look in the mirror, y'all know what I said about that mirror. That mirror cold blooded. It be telling you. The mirror be telling you. But are you listening? Your discernment be telling. Your spirit be telling you. But are you listening? So what part of yourself have you been neglecting? Right. And then lastly, how can I reconnect to joy even in a small way? Right? Are y'all feeling joyful now? Now, if y'all got it all together, hey, if you feel like you got it all together, put it in the chat, right? Don't be gatekeeping. Share it. Share. That's what I'm saying. What are y'all doing to reconnect, refocus, and all that? What are y'all doing? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Let's see here. So, oh, Derek, absolutely. My family, yes, Holly. Yes, yes, yes. There are some families sometimes we be like disconnecting from family. You feel me? And sometimes we shouldn't do that. Sometimes we need to do that, but sometimes we shouldn't, right? Derek says myself. Derek, what you gonna do to reconnect with yourself, right? Think about that. All right, so let's see here. What else? What else? Because I'm gonna have y'all do an exercise. We're gonna do an exercise, and we're gonna get our little true cost in tonight, okay? And yeah. Anyway, so all right. So now, in doing all of this, please, some of us out there are perfectionists. It does not have to be perfect, right? And even if you feel that when you're attempting to do it, it don't feel like it's flowing, it don't feel like it's right, that's okay. It's just the simple fact that you are taking that initiative, and that's what really matters, right? So, restart doesn't have to be perfect, right? One breath, one choice, one reconnection at a time, right? Doesn't have to be all jumbled in and you have to do it all right now, right? I'm just saying, right? All right, y'all. So I do have a reset challenge that I want to do. I'll bring on your comments and we'll get into the true false game, and then we're going to get out of here. This is going to be a little early night, unless y'all, keep me a little longer, right? So this is what I want y'all to do, okay? This is a 3-step challenge that I want to do, and I'm going to bring y'all comments on, I promise. All right, so step 1, refocus, okay? Now, I want y'all to close your eyes for like 5 seconds, right? Just 5 seconds. Don't go to sleep, right? I know some of y'all probably ready to go to bed, okay? But just close your eyes for 5 seconds, okay? And picture one thing you want to prioritize this week, okay? Y'all got it? Y'all got that one thing y'all want to prioritize? One thing. Now, you know I'm nosy. Drop it in the chat. What's one thing you want to prioritize this week, right? If you feel comfortable, drop it in the chat. I don't handcuff, so if you don't want to, if you want to keep it to yourself, that's fine, right? But if you want to share, what's one thing? One thing you want to prioritize this week, all right? Recharge. Now, this is what I want you to do to recharge, right? I'll be doing this during my meditations, y'all. I want you to put one hand on your heart, right? And I want you to take a deep breath in, okay? Just out, right? You see how you feel when you took that breath? That's your own power. Look at the power that you have in that moment, right? That's your power, right? And then the last thing I want you to do, okay, I'm nosy. I just want to know. So in the chat, name one person, just their initials though, or an initial. Name one person you'll reach out to by Friday. Just put their initials in the chat, right? Y'all want to do that? And this glass cube, my auntie bought me this glass. It's so cute. All right. So anyway, I know that there's a little delay. So I hope that, that little 3-step little exercise will help you a little bit, right? It's just a starting point. Sometimes it's just about starting, and then, you'll develop your own, your own process, your own system. I see you, Daniel Artest, MT. I see you. I see you. I see you. And what's the mathematics, Daniel? How you feeling? How's your heart? How's your heart? Holly says, "Mom, you gonna reconnect with your mom, Holly?" That's a. Or wait a minute, or is it M O? Oh, I see you. Okay, is it mom, or are those the initials? I'm just saying. Now, no early nights. We gonna hold you to. Listen, listen, there. I love it. LN, LN, absolute. Okay, LN. All right, I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, 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 yes. All right, so let me go on to some of these earlier comments. I'm going to bring some of those comments that I missed on, and then we'll get into our true false. I do have a guest in the studio that wants to come on as well. You know what? Damn, I be trying to wear colors more so. You know, hey, I like the way colors make me feel. Don't get me wrong. Black makes me feel very powerful and very mysterious. You feel me? But this red, this is giving me life. You feel me? It's giving me life tonight. Thank you for recognizing. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Jay Wilson, thank you so much for joining me. Yes, I know. Look, I don't think I did too much tonight, Jay. I don't think I did too much tonight. Did I mess up tonight, Jay? I don't think I did. I've been on cue. Listen, I've been doing good. Okay, all right, I did. That's why you did that. I know that's why you did that because I had did the disconnection instead of reconnection. I feel you, Jay, but that's okay. I'm only human. It ain't about being perfect. I'm not gonna be perfect. I'm just saying, that's all I'm saying. Let's see. I've been neglecting my creative side. Absolutely. And you know something else? In my class today, right? See, all this stuff just coming to me. This was the first day back into class, and I feel rejuvenated with that, right? And so one of my students was talking about how, they started neglecting their craft and drawing and all that stuff. Yes, get back to that creative side, Derek. That's powerful, right? Creativity, get back into that, right? That's going to help bring balance in that center. That's all I'm saying. Daniel Artest. What's the mathematics again? Yes, absolutely. Good evening to you. Good evening to you. Did I miss anybody else? No, I don't be playing with it, Mark. Not at all. I don't even be playing with it. Yes, yes, yes. Because look, it's about planting seeds, right? It's about planting seeds and being better and growing. That's all I'm saying. Yes, Dr. Cooper, I miss you so much. I miss seeing your face, Dr. Cooper. I do. I miss seeing your face. So we need to reconnect. We need to do something. That's what I'm saying. Yes, one of my good people. That's another thing. It's really so important, even with this whole process. Look at who you're surrounding yourself with, right? Who's your circle, right? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Are they adding to you? Are they taking away? Right? You need to really think about that. And history means nothing. Can I tell you that? History means nothing. Sometimes we keep people around because of history, whether that is in relationships, family ships, friendships. Who's around you? If that's draining you, that ain't no good. That ain't no good. You gotta let that go. Yes, you must say no to people pleasing. You have to. If you don't, you're gonna be so drained, right? Because there is no, you will never be able to please anybody, everybody. Let me say that. Well, sometimes in some situations you might not be able to please anybody, right? But you can't. eh, Somebody always gonna have something to say, and then all that's gonna do is draining you. If you're a people pleaser, you really care what people think. No, don't even do that to yourself. Be like, I'm Gucci. I ain't gonna do it. And let me tell y'all something, right? I'm getting off. I promise I'm gonna get back. I promise I'm gonna get back. Now, y'all know what I be saying sometimes. My circle know I say this all the time, right? I be like, yeah, I'm Gucci, right? And in my class today, okay, look, I was trying to make them laugh, right? And so, I was like, how are you all today? Whatever, right? And one of my students was like, how are you, professor? And I was like, I'm Gucci, right? Now listen, why did two of my students in my class today, because I'm doing virtual, this is my virtual class, all right? Thank goodness, I'm glad for virtual. Why did I have two students with two pets named Gucci? Is that a divine connection or not? No, but I just thought that was so cute. But anyway, so let me get back. Let me go ahead and bring your comments on. I'm playing. Thank you so much, Mark Lee. I appreciate it. Hey, they say, red, the colors you wear, that can add to your whole energy and everything too. I specifically need to get back to making these dope beats. Why not? Dope beat to step two, right? Why don't you make them beats? You might as well. If that brings you happiness, right? So often we get away from what brings us happiness, right? Because we are so consumed with stuff that be going on in life. You feel me? So yeah, get back to that. Red is absolutely, absolutely. I it seems like a lot of Tauruses that I meet and Aries, y'all love red. Y'all absolutely love red. Yes, 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 yes. All right, y'all. So is there anything else? Whose stuff did I forget to bring on before we get to this truth box? Anything? Call me out, y'all. I'm just saying, call me out. Not in the not in the DM, like, oh, you didn't bring my stuff on, or in a conversation. I'm just saying. All right, so I think that's everybody. All right, y'all. So look, we're gonna go ahead and get into this true false game. Like I said, tonight's gonna be a little early. Now, if y'all got something that y'all want to address in the chat, feel free to do that. And once towards the end, we can bring it on or whatever, right? All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into this true false game tonight, y'all. All right, so true or false, y'all know how we play this. Now, this true false is called reset. Okay. really, believe it or not, every week my true false games be having a theme. Did y'all peep that? So, all right, y'all. So let's get into these true false tonight. All right. Now, I expect for y'all to know the answer to this one. Y'all really should know the answer to this one. Okay, so let me put this in here. I know there's a little delay. All right, saying no to protect your energy can be a form of self-care. Is that true or false? What y'all think? What y'all think? Saying no, right, to protect your energy can be a form of self-care. Is that true or is that false? What y'all think? Tonality says true. Beautiful Michelle says true. All right, so that one was pretty straightforward. Okay, so yes, that is absolutely true, and that's that I got that actually from the Mayo Clinic, and the article was setting boundaries for better health. And if you ever want to know my resources, just let me know. I can give them to you. All right, what about this one now? A lot of us is guilty of this. Some of y'all probably doing it right now, right? Hold on, let's see here. Yes, sometimes it's necessary. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Holly. Absolutely. Now, I have another one for you all. All right, so this one says multitasking is the fastest way to refocus and get more done. Who's guilty of multitasking, right? I am. I be on the phone sometimes. I be doing the most. I be doing everything. You know what I'm saying? So multitasking is the fastest way to refocus and get more done. Is that true or false? True or false? What y'all think? What y'all think? What y'all think? Tonality says false, right? Derek says nope. Derek, but do you be multitasking though, Derek? Do you? I know you do, right? I believe you are Aries. Yeah, yeah, I know you be multitasking, boy. All right, so the answer, y'all, will there be another one? Will there be another? Holly says false. Okay. All right. I know. Listen, Derek, listen. I know how y'all fire signs be working. All right. Some of y'all. Right. Y'all be trying to do a whole bunch. Y'all just group everything, right? Y'all just be trying to do it all. But let me tell you some fire signs. You can't do it all. You can't. I mean, you possibly could, but what would the consequences of that be? Trying to do everything? Don't you deserve to be cool? I have to take it all on. Just saying, you ain't got to do it all. You ain't got to do it all. All right, y'all. So let's see. Let's see. Ooh. This one right here. This one right here. Right. I'm gonna put this one in there too. All right. So what about this one? I know it's a little delay. Reconnecting with supportive people boosts resilience during stress. What y'all think? Do y'all be reconnecting with some of your people, some of your counsel or whatever, some of your divine connections when y'all be feeling stressed? Or do y'all just keep it all? Or y'all more like recluse? Or do you recluse? Do you like just disconnect totally? What y'all be doing? When y'all stress, what y'all do? And it totally depends on the person, right? So Reese says true. You say that's true? Okay. All right. So will there be another? Will there be another? I'm sorry. So this weekend, right? Well, I'm waiting on some of y'all answers. So this weekend, I went to this fourth watch or whatever, right? And it was just so spiritually enlightening, right? And so, I'm in that mind frame of will there be another church? Yeah, church people, y'all know what I'm saying? Michelle says true. All right, y'all. So let's see what the answer to this is. So the answer is true. And the resource is Harvard Study of Adult Development. So that's what Harvard's saying, y'all. If that applies. All right, now, y'all, this one right here. This one right here, I'm really interested. Like, really answer this one because I really want to know what y'all think. All right. All right, true or false? Your nervous system can't tell the difference between intentional deep breathing and relaxation medications. What y'all think? What you talking about, Derek? So your nervous system can't tell the difference between intentional deep breathing and relaxation medications. What y'all think? I saw that question. I was like, I don't know. What y'all think? What you cussing about, Derek? False as F, right? Okay. All right. Now he says true. Will there be another? All right. So again, your nervous system can't tell the difference between intentional deep breathing and relaxation medications. All right. The answer is going to surprise you, y'all. The answer is true. The answer is absolutely true. Resources, the Harvard Health of the Science of Breathing. So whether you pop in a, I don't know, what are the medications out here? What is it, Prozac? Is that still on? I ain't really been up reading. So your nervous system can't tell the difference between the two. So just breathe deep. I, I'm just playing. I ain't gonna say that. I'm just. I don't mean to laugh. If anybody's really on Xanax, I'm not making a joke. If you're really on medication, I'm really not making a joke. I'm very empathetic towards that. All right, y'all. So let's see here. Is there another question I want to get to today before we wrap up and get out of here? Ooh, what about this? What y'all think about this one right here? Give it a second to come up. All right, social media scrolling always helps us recharge emotionally. What y'all feel about that? Social media scrolling always helps us to recharge emotionally. What y'all think? All right, so tonality says false. I cuss when I'm stressed. First thing I do. You know what, Derek? I have my favorite cuss words. I really do. Right. But honestly, I've been doing real good because, I've just been trying to, center and die to my old self a little bit, right? Bit by bit. Okay. And I am succeeding. I ain't even said no cuss words in a few days. I'm just saying. And, I'm just saying. Mark says false. Holly says false. No, no, for real, Derek. For real, I've been good. I've been real good. Michelle says false. All right, y'all. So the answer is false. And the resource for this is the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology, Social Media, and Well-Being. Social media sometimes causes anxiety. Listen, I was just having this conversation, y'all. Yes, it can. It absolutely can. And my algorithm is full of like conspiracy theories, holistic practices, prophetic messages. Listen, I'm telling you, it's full of that. Like, and sometimes I just be needing to just breathe. Like, I need to fast. It's all kind of stuff, and I don't know. That algorithm is a fool. I need to figure out how to reset it. I guess I need to start clicking on other stuff because I log on sometimes and I'm like, no, like I can't. Like the story about the rabbits with the mold growing out of them, the tentacles. I'm getting a lot of all of that stuff, like news, and I don't really like to watch the news. And I know that sounds crazy because I used to work in news, used to work in TV, but news, I be needing a break. Like I don't even like Newsweek. I don't even have it as a notification no more because it just be so overwhelming all the time because there's so much going on out there, and this world is different. So much is at the forefront. It's crazy. I'm just saying. You can always change your algorithm by hitting disinterested. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I need to do something because it's a fool. My timeline is a fool. I'm saying my news feed do the most. Well, good, Lisa. Proud of you. Keep it up. I cussed an hour ago. I'm watching my mouth around my mouth. Okay, yeah, that's good, Derek. That's good. Absolutely. But hey, listen, whatever you feel like you need to do, right, to get to your center, to get to your peace, right? Sometimes a cuss word just describes it. Sometimes hot dog it don't do it. I'm just saying. Sometimes dang don't do it. It don't express what you need in that moment. I feel you, Derek. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I just be trying to challenge myself to do things outside of my normal self. That's what I'm on now. That's what I'm on. All right, so let's see here. I got some other stuff, and then I know I got a couple people in the studio. Let's see here. What about this one, y'all? I want to know what y'all think about this. Writing down your 3 top priorities helps you to regain focus faster than keeping them in your head. What you think? What you think? What y'all think? Does writing them down matter? Right. I don't know what y'all think. True or false? Writing down your top 3 priorities helps you regain focus faster than keeping them in your head. What you think? Yeah, I be writing stuff down. Mama would always be like, "Girl, you need to just write it down. Write it down." And you know what? I guess writing it down can work, right? What y'all think? Personality says true. Mm-hmm. All right, so y'all, the answer is true. This is from Forbes, The Power of Written Goals, right? So I write it down as a good thing. My mama would always tell me, hey, write it down, just write it down. Like, especially like when I be having a lot of stuff to do, I just be going at it. And my mother would be like, girl, why don't you just make a list? Just make a list, right? And just cross it off. So, true. Holly, I'm going to take that word out of your vocabulary. You are timeless. You hear me? You timeless. Say I'm timeless. Right? Just because you timeless don't mean that you can't make mistakes and stuff. You not old, you timeless. We timeless in this space. That's all I'm saying. I see you there, true. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's see here. Is there anything else that I want to put in it? Ooh. I like this one right here. I like this one. I like this one. I feel away. Yes, yes, yes. The Bible even say, write the vision and make it plain. Oh, see? That's what's up. I can dig it. I can dig it. All right. What about this one, y'all? What about this one? Do y'all be practicing gratitude? Do y'all practice gratitude? Gratitude practices like naming 3 things you're thankful for can reset your mood in less than 5 minutes. What y'all think? True or false? What y'all think? What y'all think? What y'all think? True or false? Gratitude practices like naming 3 things you're thankful for can reset your mood in less than 5 minutes. True. All right, all right, all right. Are there any, will there be another? Let's see here. So the answer is true. And this is from UC Berkeley Greater Good Science Center. It was a gratitude uh, search, research, research on gratitude. All right, all right. And so lastly, I'll do this last one. I think this is really helpful. Yes, absolutely. All right, so this last one, before I get to closing up this show, y'all know it's Taco Tuesday, and I am hungry. I need some burrito in my life. All right, a reset has to be big, like a vacation or full retreat to make a real impact. Oops, dang it. Oh no, I didn't already put the answer on there. Never mind, y'all. So it's false. It ain't got to be big. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Just don't even answer. I didn't already put the answer on there. All right. So let me do this. Before I close, um, let me go ahead and bring on Reese. Did you want to come in the studio? Okay, for quick because it's Tuesday. I'm hungry. I know, Derek. Derek, listen, don't even try to answer it because I didn't already put the answer out there, right? That's because you know what? I need to feed my brain. I'm just saying. I be waiting too long. Hold on, Reese. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm well. I'm well. I'm well. So, what did you want to add to the conversation today?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it is important. I love the gratitude piece, the last question, and I could just pivot off that, where oftentimes, sometimes if we keep it at a buck, that line to kick it, you have to search for that silver lining. I've talked about this before to have that gratitude piece, but you just have to start with the small things like I'm breathing, I'm alive. I woke up this morning and pivot off that. Little things like, and it's not little things, but those are huge things. But oftentimes we take those things for granted. So if we start with the baseline, then we can pivot off of that and have a gratitude attitude. And that's a decision because oftentimes I talk about joy versus happiness. And when you talk about happiness, happiness is happenstance. You're looking for external things to actually bring you peace, when joy is a decision. So when you start with gratitude, you can pivot off that into joy and really like harbor that space where you're positive despite what's happening when life is lifing. You can bring that positive energy to yourself, so you have to make that conscious decision to do that.
Mhm. Absolutely. That's a good point. That's a great point. Absolutely. And that's very important, right? And to
It is
me,
huge.
I feel like a lot of us we look we be knowing this stuff. You know what I'm
We do.
saying? But you get so caught up in the routine of life and routine
Yes,
and patterns and different things like that, and it's there.
it's
But
there. Yeah.
we just have to bring it out. You know what I mean? Because listen, we only human and we are limited. You know what I'm saying? I know
Yes.
that spirit is limitless, but being human, you're limited.
Absolutely. And we got to keep it a buck. Sometimes we just don't feel like it. And we have to, really get ourselves or have divine connections that get us out of those ruts, and then really kind of recenter ourselves and say, okay, or, if you're spiritual, connect with God and say, okay, I just need that realignment because, again, just like, a vehicle, we can get out of alignment spiritually when life is lifing on us. And, you just really have to stop and breathe and say, okay, let me take a breath, step back, assess, and find that silver lining within the storm, and really come out, and say, okay, I can still be grateful in the midst of things, so, and that's where you find joy, because that's everlasting. Whereas happiness, it goes on and off like a light switch. You can be happy 1 second, be sad the next. So when you choose that joy piece, and it just is so invigorating to the spirit and the body, because we know that we're a three-dimensional being. So, mind, body, spirit. If your spirit is off, your mind is going to be off, which can also affect the physical body. So you have to make sure that you're aligned in those areas, and really ask for, God's protection to protect your mind, your body, and spirit, so that when life is lifing on you, you will, one, lose your mind, and you also won't get sick, physically as well as spiritually and mentally.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Cool, cool, cool. Did you want to add anything about the event that you're DJing? I mean, that
Yes.
you're hosting before we get out of here?
Yes. So we did have a date change because some things were going on that day. One is Stokely coming on the original date, so we decided to change the date. So my girl Tiffany, she changed the date to now it's going to be October 8th. So that's on a Saturday. You can actually get your tickets at Eventbrite. It's called Pure Fun Fall Social. Again, I'll say that again: Pure Fun Fall Social. And again, go to eventbrite.com or the app to get your tickets for that event. It will be hosted by yours truly, and we're going to have a fun, clean, positive time. And yours truly is going to, rock the party, but we're going to do it in a clean, fun way. So once again, go to eventbrite.com or the app to get your tickets.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you joining me.
Thank you for having me.
All right, boom. So you heard it here. All right, y'all. So, um, is there anything else in the comments? I don't see any more of your comments, you all. Thank you so much for listening to me tonight, y'all, for joining me because y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. All right, boom. So, like tonight was all about reset, clearing the fog, and returning to center. my daddy used to always talk about the importance of coming back to your center, right? Come back to your center, right? Get reacquainted with the present, right? Because sometimes when we are feeling off and out of alignment, that's because we're so far in the past or we're too far in the future, right? Take time to realign and center with self, right? Um, and remember, you don't need a new year because a lot of times it's like, oh, the new year resolutions. I'm gonna do this new year. You don't need a new month or even a new week to start fresh. You can do it right now, just even by taking a deep breath. You hear me? Or even, writing some of writing in a journal some of those prompts that I provided, right? So, you just need one moment of pause and one choice of alignment, right? So tonight we basically walk through refocusing your energy on what matters. Okay. Recharging your spirit by protecting your peace and reconnecting with self and those you love, right? And sometimes you might not need to reconnect with nobody else but yourself. You know how I feel about self love, and all of that. That is so important. So, another thing, you don't have to do it all. You just have to do what matters most. And you are worthy of a reset. You're very worthy. You know how valuable you are? You know how beautiful you are? You know how important your light is? This world needs what you got. So you deserve that. Your family needs what you got, right? You need what you got, right? So anyway, I hope that plants a seed and that resonates with you all. Hey, make sure that you share this across all platforms. I'm gonna get that all in. I'm gonna get that in towards the end. I'm gonna get y'all out of here. Because listen, it's Taco Tuesday and I need some food. I'm gonna need some burrito after I leave here. It's about to be on. So anyway, I want to give a shout out to my mama. Mama, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you. All right, she don't even ask me no more. She already know I'm going on. Right? She already know I'm going on. And a shout out to Lyric, the Grishams, my Aunt Anna, all my viewers. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. I really, really, really do. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So I do see this comment before I get into my spiel. Holly is asking, is September canceled? No, it's just moved to October. Yeah, right? Yeah, it's just being moved to October. So, and I will post it. Well, actually, um, it'll be posted in Relationship Soup or Holly. We know each other, so just holler at me, DM me, whatever, and I'll give you the updated information because I think that's going to be a wonderful event. If you are single, you want a Christian environment, hey, that I think that event might be it for you, right? All right, so y'all know I got to do my spiel before I get out of here. I brought all y'all comments on today. I did very, very good, right? So Jay, take your rainbow back and them butterflies. Take it back. I did good today. All right, y'all. So y'all already know on YouTube it's Relationship Soup. Period. If you don't put the period, you're gonna be somebody somewhere else. You're gonna be with somebody else somewhere else. So you gotta put the period. On Facebook, it's Relationship Soup Group. Come and join the forum. I just approved new members. So come and do that. On Facebook, it's Relationship Soup LLC. All right. So yeah, that's it. So again, life, it can pull you in every direction, y'all, and that's okay, right? But just remember, you have the power. You got the power. It's a song about it. So just as always, y'all, make sure that you are taking the time, recenter, refocus, reconnect, and love yourself. Until we meet next time. Peace.